I saw something last week that's been replaying in my head ever since. Same bar, same night, two Western guys around 50, both sitting with Thai women, but the contrast between them hit me like a punch. First guy, let's call him Ben, is doing everything right. At least by the standards we grew up with. He's polite, he's considerate, he's careful. He pulls out her chair, he asks what she wants to eat, apologizes if he bumps into someone, thanks the waiter 3 times. He's saying all the right words, smiling, trying to be a gentleman. And his girlfriend, well, she's on her phone, half listening, scrolling through TikTok, barely looking up. And then the second guy walks in. He's not rude, not loud. He's just firm. He chooses a table without asking. He orders confidently, and when his girlfriend says something he disagrees with, he simply says, "Nah, not that," and keeps going. There's no drama, no apology. And she is locked in, laughing, leaning in close, totally focused on him. Same setting, same country, same night, two completely different reactions. One man is being liked, the other is being respected. And that's when it clicked for me. The issue isn't just cultural, it's about what you're unconsciously showing about yourself. Most of us Western guys were trained from childhood to be quote unquote nice, hold doors, say sorry even when it's not your fault, make sure everyone's comfortable. In theory that sounds great, respect, empathy, manners. But out here, that version of nice doesn't land the way you think. In Thailand, constantly deferring, over apologizing, or letting her make every decision doesn't read as polite. It reads as weak. Every whatever you want tells her you don't trust your own judgment. Every unnecessary sorry screams insecurity. Thai women aren't allergic to kindness. They're allergic to the energy of a man who's begging to be liked. And that difference matters. I know because I used to be that guy, always trying to prove I was a good man. Sometimes paying for stuff, saying yes to way too many times, hoping that being endlessly accommodating would make her love me more. But the truth is, it just made me invisible. And when you're too eager to please, you stop existing as a man she can respect. Here's what a lot of Western men don't realize. It's not about Thailand. It's about what your behavior reveals underneath. Back home, we're taught a good man is emotionally open, vulnerable. He does, collaborate. He's expressive, and there's nothing wrong with any of that. But when you bring that same kind of energy into a place like Thailand, it sort of translates differently. You think you're showing sensitivity, but she sees uncertainty. You think you're showing emotional intelligence, she sees indecision. The Thai concept of strength isn't about aggression, it's about steadiness. Men here are expected to be calm, decisive, and composed. When a Thai woman sees a Western man constantly seeking approval, she doesn't see equality. She sees a guy who doesn't know how to lead. She's not rejecting your kindness, she's rejecting your confusion. A lot of Western men here get affection, they get appreciation, but what they rarely get is respect. Appreciation is, thank you for dinner. Affection would be, I enjoy being with you. But respect is, I trust your judgment. You can be loved without being respected, but you can't be desired without respect. And once respect disappears, I would say attraction dies as well. And that's why so many long-term relationships between Westerners and Thai women turn flat. They still care about each other, but that, electric tension, that polarity is gone. Without respect, she can still love you, but she'll never look at you the same way. Here's where good guys sort of like destroy themselves, I think. They overfunction. They always do too much. They want to take care of everything. They think that generosity is what they're giving, what they're doing, but it's really a quiet plea to be valued. You pay for everything, you want to solve every problem, you never say no. You think you're showing commitment, but you're actually signaling that you don't think she can handle life without you. Or worse, that you don't think she would stay if you stopped providing. And that's not leadership, that's neediness with a wallet. And women, especially Thai women who have some experience, they feel that instantly. And there's a principle in psychology called intermittent reinforcement. Basically, people value what they have to earn. When you constantly say yes, constantly give, constantly provide, you become predictable and dull. Like a parent who gives candy every day, it stops being a treat. When everything is free, nothing has value. Thai culture, more so than Western culture, respects earned affection. They want to feel they deserve your love, not that you're giving it out because you're desperate to keep them. And here's the uncomfortable question most Western men avoid. Are you being generous because, it's who you are, or because you're afraid she won't stay if you stop being generous? A lot of guys can't tell the difference. They're confused. They've sort of confused generosity with emotional bribery. They don't believe they're valuable on their own, so they try to buy proof of worth through constant giving. That works short term. It gets gratitude, but it never earns respect. Now let's talk about something Westerners completely miss. Quote unquote face. In Thai culture and in Asian culture in general, face means social respect. It's not about arrogance, it's about dignity and public perception. Your behavior reflects on her, and hers reflects on you. If you can't hold boundaries, if you constantly fold under pressure, if you let her walk all over your decisions, you're not just losing your own face, you're making her lose hers because she chose you. Her family sees it, her friends see it, they start to wonder why she's with a man who can't stand firm. I watched a Thai woman leave a Western boyfriend after 3 solid years. And by Western standards, he was perfect, kind, loyal, gentle, never raised his voice, but at family gatherings, he couldn't make a single decision. She had to speak for both of them. Her relatives pitied her, not because he was bad, but because he made her smaller. She didn't leave because she stopped loving him. She left because staying made her lose respect, not just for him, but for herself. In traditional Thai dynamics, the man's steadiness allows the woman to relax into her femininity. When you're the soft one, she has to become the strong one. And that's when resentment begins. You'll hear guys complaining that Thai women are testing them, but those tests aren't games, they are survival checks. She's not trying to manipulate you, she's trying to find out if you're solid enough to build something real with. That ridiculous request, that's not about money. It's a boundary test. That sudden emotional distance, she's watching to see if you'll panic and chase or stay calm and steady. Every time you abandon your boundaries to keep her happy, you confirm her worst fear, that you can't even protect yourself. And if you can't protect yourself, how the hell can you protect her? The men who pass these tests aren't dominating anyone. They're just centered. Their confidence doesn't depend on anyone else's approval. Their energy is rare and magnetic. When a woman truly respects you, it shows. You don't have to demand it. It happens naturally. She moderates her own behavior because she values you. She makes space for your time, protects your peace, asks your opinion, and defers to your judgment, not because she's submissive, but because she trusts you. And that trust is the foundation of attraction. Respect turns into polarity. Polarity turns into desire. When she has to be the strong one, well, naturally her feminine side shuts off. When she feels safe in your strength, it comes alive. And that's the difference between a relationship that feels like teamwork and one that feels like mentorship. One feels romantic, the other feels like parenting. And let's be honest, most guys don't fail because they're bad people. They fail because they're scared. They're scared to say no, scared to upset her, scared to lose approval. So they perform nice. They act polite instead of being grounded. They confuse accommodation with connection, and that's what kills them. If you grew up anxious or constantly seeking validation, you probably learned that love means keeping people happy. That's what Western dating teaches men. Be agreeable, be gentle, never rock the boat. But that energy reads as weakness anywhere that respect matters more than comfort. And you cannot fake confidence, because she will smell it instantly. The only fix is to build it for real. That means holding opinions you actually believe in, saying no without guilt, making decisions based on your values, not her mood, getting comfortable when someone's disappointed in you. Real strength isn't about control, it's about calm. The kind of man who can stay composed in chaos earns respect without ever raising his voice. Here's what Western men need to accept. Thailand doesn't operate on the same relationship framework as the West. You cannot import your home country version of masculinity and expect it to translate. This isn't about being a macho or rolling back equality. It's about understanding polarity, the natural charge between masculine steadiness and feminine flow. Some guys cannot handle that, and that's fine. If you need constant reassurance, if you want every choice to be negotiated, or if you think strong boundaries are toxic, Thailand is not your place. Thai women aren't asking for a dictator. They're asking for a man who's emotionally grounded, decisive, and calm under pressure, strong enough to lead, kind enough to listen. Respect doesn't come from being nice. It comes from being solid. You can't trick a woman into giving it to you. You earn it by being the kind of man who doesn't need her approval to feel okay. And when you truly know your worth, she feels it. And that's when attraction takes root. Not because you're trying, but because you've stopped performing. And this isn't about faking it till you make it. It's about becoming someone who doesn't have to fake it. If that hits home, good. Sit with it. I mean, most guys will keep pretending niceness equals strength. But if you can internalize this one truth, that respect matters more than affection, your relationships here in Thailand or anywhere will never feel the same again.